Hello there, my name is Little Thomas, and welcome to the behind the scenes video for Lost Steve. After finishing up Ocean Monument, I pretty much immediately started brainstorming ideas for more Alex and Steve animations. I wanted to make at least 2 Alex and Steve animations before trying something more original. From the beginning though, I wanted to focus on Steve completely, since Alex got center stage in Ocean Monument with the whole Trident business. At first I started brainstorming a prequel to Ocean Monument, where we'd see Alex and Steve build their house that they get in the animation. But I thought it'd be a bit boring, and I don't really like animating building. Minecraft is about building and I don't like animating it. Then I looked into the Nether update, but while I was brainstorming this animation, 1.16 hadn't even released yet, so we didn't have any assets to pull maps, we didn't have any new mob rigs, we didn't have any of the blocks, we didn't have any assets, so it would have been a big pain to animate that. I also brainstormed ideas for Minecraft Dungeons, because that was coming out around the same time I was brainstorming Lost. So I thought, oh, that'd be cool. Take one of the dungeons from the game, animate it. But again, same with the Nether update. That would have required a lot of pre-production with rigs and new blocks and block types and stuff. So that wasn't really worth the time either. Then I looked at the different temples and dungeons you can find in Minecraft, and I was kind of intrigued about the jungle temple. Then I realized it's just a tiny box in a big jungle. It looks really bad. Can't make animation out of that. Then I thought, what if I use jungle temple to just jumpstart something else, something more original? Then I got the idea of Steve being lost, and yeah, the rest is history. You'd think the horse was in the animation from the very start, but it was actually a very late addition. Originally, Steve was going to encounter a lost villager who wandered too far from his village. But at that point, Alex and Steve animations started to get very oversaturated with villagers, so I just wanted to avoid using villagers altogether for this one. I decided on the horse since Alex and Steve don't actually have a horse yet. So this animation originally took place before Bees fight and Mineshafts in the Alex and Steve timeline we have. You can see the ordering of the animations if you go to the channel page, and the playlist for the Alex Steve Life animations is in chronological order. And originally Lost Steve took place right after Village Raid, because Village Raid would have led into a cancelled Woodland Mansion animation, which then would have led into Lost Steve. However, after Woodland Mansion got scrapped, it didn't really make much sense for Lost Steve to take place then, since you'd think they would take the horse to a bee village or a mineshaft far away, so we decided to just cut that little integration and just have it take place after. So the story was all written up, however, there was still a pretty big problem, because I was still stuck with the awful looking jungle temple. While we still try to keep to Minecraft canon, I just couldn't work with this, so I asked the few remaining Songs of War builders we had to see if they could help me spruce up the jungle temple a little bit, and then I remembered these are Songs of War builders. But the jungle temple turned out absolutely fantastic. So fantastic that I wish that I'd made a standalone jungle temple animation. The jungle temple was huge, and the animation definitely didn't do it justice, which is a shame. Then I needed a set where Steve would find the saddle for the horse. And then I remembered during Ocean Monument, I discovered that mineshafts could spawn above ground in the Badlands biome, which I had no idea of. I even recorded it because I had like no clue. What the heck? There's a mineshaft above ground. Never seen before.
In Mesa biome?
Yeah.
Yeah. The entrances are on land, on sea level.
Oh, cool. There's monster spawners everywhere.
Mineshaft 2 confirmed.
So then I found a Badlands mineshaft, spruced it up a bit, and I was ready to animate it. Production went fairly smoothly this time. Smoothie? Animating went fairly smooth this time around. There was no real hiccups apart from a couple scenes here and there. But this time I set a goal for myself. I'm not really a proper animator. I never went to school for it. I never really saw myself doing animation. But over the years I've grown to actually really enjoy animating. With Songs of War, we'd have people come in to help with fights. With Worlds Apart, Sam had Zillion, an amazing fight animator, come and help out there. But I actually find fights quite fun, so I decided to have a go at it myself, and I'm really proud of them. They're very small, and I'd like to do a pretty big fight scene at some point. Other than Pongo the Pug or the big spider from Last Gift, I've never really animated anything with more than 2 legs. So using a horse as a primary character was quite daunting at first, but thankfully it was a lot easier than I imagined it being. I use Red Dead Redemption 2 as a reference for a lot of my horse loops, because Red Dead Redemption 2 has the best horses in any video game. Production was going well until the beginning of August when I moved my deadline from mid-September to mid-August. So I had to rush, and unfortunately I had to cut a lot of scenes, 2 pretty big scenes. One of the deleted scenes took place right after the mineshaft fight where Steve would have healed the horse on screen and learned how to ride it with the saddle. And there was another scene which took place after Steve got home. Instead of Alex greeting him right away, he would have gone inside the house to find a bunch of maps lying around and like a big whiteboard of like like in those crime movies where they have the big whiteboards with all the suspects and arrows pointing just to show that Alex was actually looking for Steve. But unfortunately those 2 scenes got cut because A, I didn't have much time, and B, I felt like they sort of broke the pacing a bit. Unfortunately I can't show you these scenes because they both got cut before I even started animating them. Once animation was finished, I was crunching a little to get rendering sorted because I had forgotten until the Saturday before release. So I was a bit panicky. Oh my god, I'm not going to get the animation finished. Oh no. But with the help of Sam, David, Ronald, Homelio, and a big help from Sheepit, amazing website, I managed to get the whole animation rendered in a day. Pretty much a day. There's still a few re-renders I had to do, but easily the quickest rendering I've ever done. Oh, my throat is getting really sore now. Is it just because you talk so much? Oh, this is the ranty bit as well. How am I going to do this? Oh, dearie me. Now we get to the part where I might get a bit angry. While editing the animation, I realized that Premiere Pro, the software I use to edit, is awful. And I had so many issues editing this animation. Firstly, the audio files kept desyncing and I had to manually move manually move each sound file to make it sync up again, only for other bits of the animation to fall out of sync. No reason. Then Premiere kept lagging because it couldn't handle more than 20 audio tracks in one sequence, and the only fix would have been to redo the sound design completely. And I was crunching and I didn't have time to re-edit the whole thing, so I had to edit the entire thing on a really slow timeline. Then the audio kept crackling and popping and I couldn't fix it, and the final animation still has clicking and popping in the audio because I have no idea and I'm never using Premiere again. Use DaVinci Resolve, people. Never use Premiere. After that, I exported the animation and sent it out for early access. Just in time. Before ending the video, I want to mention that we now host post-release Q&As for most of our animations on our Discord server, discord.gg/blackplasma. So if you'd like to hang out with us during an animation release and want to ask questions about it afterwards, be sure to join. We're pretty chill. We usually go for around an hour or so. We also have an Alex and Steve text chat for anyone to discuss the series and to suggest future videos. I'm sorry these behind the scenes are a bit short. My throat is starting to really act up right now. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not used to talking this much. So apologies for the short behind the scenes if it is short. Although I don't know if it's short or not because I haven't edited it yet. If you enjoy these behind the scenes videos, be sure to leave a like and let us know in the comments what your favourite Alex and Steve moment has been so far. Thanks for watching.